course, he likes it. German supporters, and there are many of them, they like it. And Andreas Becker, you would have to think, would score very well here.
An interesting note here, though, this is the first World Championships that Germany is competing as a unified country. All 6 of the competing gymnasts are from the East, and only the alternate is from the West.
There's the score for Andreas Becker at 9.875, and I guess what I have to ask you two is, what didn't he do?
Actually, it was a great score, and the judges are keeping the scores down in case there are better routines to come.
Scott Keswick of the United States on the parallel bars now.
Scott is so aggressive. In every exercise, he shows the maximum difficulty. Oh, great sequence there. And once again, his hand slipped a little like Cheney Humphreys, but he didn't even let it bother him. He just powers through this routine. Back toss.
And a tough rotation for the United States on parallel bars, and Keswick finishes his routine.
Actually, the U.S. showed me something there. They showed that they are really going to fight for everything, because there were some mistakes there that could have potentially been disastrous, and yet they really pushed through them.
And the score is then 9.475 for Keswick. Here's the way it stands after the first rotation. The Soviet Union leading the pack.
TNT asks, can you spot the brightest star in December? December 21st, it's Barbra Streisand with 3 of her biggest hits. And guess who's her sexy co-star?
I think you're sexier.
A Barbarama on TNT. The brightest stars are on cable in December. On Cablevision.
After dating the guy forever, you think I could tell him anything. Why is this so hard? I'm really scared.
It takes a lot of guts to tell someone he's too drunk to drive. But you can do it. Just say it. Because if you don't, there may be nothing left to say.
Kevin, I'm gonna drive.
Take the keys, call a cab, take a stand. Friends don't let friends drive drunk.
You don't only pay the price with death when you decide to play with the big C, when you play with cocaine or crack. There's only one way to beat it. There's only one way. Don't start.
The Game of Life, Tuesday night on ESPN.
About to move on to the second rotation. The United States will be on the high bar, and there is their cheerleader, Lance Ringdahl, on the right of your screen there, as they prepare to move into this event, which has served them well. But before we get to this, let's share the magic for a moment. That was the theme of the opening ceremonies, and both my partners, Bart Connor and Kathy Johnson, very much a part of these opening ceremonies, and they really did define the word spectacular. Kathy Johnson. Participants assembled in the city of Indianapolis, without question supporting this event. There's Bart Connor, Nadia Comaneci. Bart and Nadia co-hosting the evening. The entrance of the American team, always a high point. Cheney Humphrey you see there. Lance Ringdahl also there. Kim Zemeskel.
It's the largest World Gymnastics Championships in the history of the sport. 51 nations represented and more than 500 athletes.
The voice of Sandy Patty, 5-time Grammy winner with the title song. She can sing it, Indianapolis' own. And Yuri Titov, the president of the International Gymnastics Federation.
In the history, time of new breeze of democracy. I just came from Russia. I bring to you greetings from Russia with love. But I would like that this new democracy would be spread all over the world, and sport will help that.
And to get things started officially, the Vice President of the United States, Dan Quayle.
In Indianapolis, we have a proud tradition of saying special words before great sporting events, such as, gentlemen, start your engines. So tonight, it is my high honor to say the 26th World Gymnastics Championships are now officially open and the competition may begin. Thank you very much.
And the competition, of course, only a part of this whole thing, but ceremonies like this, I think, really get everybody started out truly on a high. Torch that seems to accompany just about every major worldwide event like this one. And the symbolic lighting, the obligatory fireworks, and what's left then is to get on with the competition. And that is what we are doing now. We're in the second rotation. These are the final 6 teams. Soviet Union, for all intent, has this thing won. The United States right now sitting in 5th place. Germany, Japan, China competing for the other medal slots. Top 12 teams, of course, will compete in the Olympic Games in Barcelona. Liga of China on the parallel bars.
As you mentioned, the Soviets are in such a strong position in the lead, but the Chinese team, in my impression, is the only other team in the world that has a chance to rival the Soviets in terms of their style and their difficulty, and most importantly, their execution. Liga is so powerful. Look at that move. Double backflip from underbar swing. Every position is clean and the form is excellent, and the difficulty is absolutely outstanding. Tight double.
Oh, and he fell.
Unfortunately, the Chinese at times have been inconsistent, particularly at very important moments like at the World Championships.
That was the strangest fall. The whole exercise was so clean. He over-rotated the dismount, but before that, notice the form and the body line and all the positions are very clean. Let's see if we can find out what happened. It's a double backflip in the pike position. It's a difficult landing, but he pulled it just too far and his legs were locked.
Just couldn't seem to catch it. Big deduction that will cost his team, not to mention himself. 9-1-5 for Liga. And remember, though, all the teams in this competition, with the exception of the United States, do have the possibility of dropping off their low score, so it won't hurt the Chinese too badly. Valery Liukin of the Soviet Union.
Liukin is so well known for his explosive work on the floor, but all of his events, the level of difficulty is at the maximum.
Crowd very appreciative of what these Soviet gymnasts can do. You can hear them in the background.
This routine is just packed with difficult moves. One pommel work, as you notice there. It's a long exercise. Fast and aggressive, very quick, up to the handstand, strong finish.
Valery Liukin. Completely different feeling about the Soviets.
They seem pretty relaxed when you have that kind of lead. It's easy to settle down and just let it fly.
And the American crowd here, despite cheering for the United States, very appreciative of the finest that there is in this sport.
This move here is the Thomas Flare as he travels across the horse without using the pommel. He also twists his body back against the direction of the flare. Very complex. Look at how high his hips are above the pommels. The single leg work is a requirement. He picks up back into flares, twists out to the end and off in a handstand. Great finish.
And the score then for Valery Liukin of the Soviet Union, and he still will have to wait. There it is, 9-8 now on the pommel horse for Liukin, and that's kind of an in-your-face for Cheney Humphrey, the United States now, as he prepares for his competition on the high bar.
Cheney has a very difficult combination of release moves. We'll see he's going to do 3 moves in a row. Very risky.
The Americans have posted a 9.475 and a 9.575 so far.
Here comes that sequence. There's 1, 2, and 3. Well done, in perfect form. So far, this exercise is just right on. Strong dismount.
And he held it. Cheney Humphrey making amends for a less than spectacular routine on parallel bars. Comes right back on a high bar. He loves it.
Here's that sequence. These moves are called reverse hex. He flies back over the bar.
Here's the second one. Notice he's in piked position. And he goes right into the third release move. It's called a ginger. He's the perfect distance from the bar.
And so Cheney Humphrey scored 9.725 on the high bar. Not bad after this.
This ESPN program is brought to you by Pepto-Bismol. The one that coats is the only one you need.
When upset stomach strikes, Pepto-Bismol. When diarrhea gets you down, Pepto-Bismol. When heartburn hits, Pepto-Bismol. Of all the leading stomach remedies, only Pepto relieves heartburn and upset stomach and diarrhea for powerful relief right where you hurt. The only one you need is Pepto-Bismol.
So you want a car with all the good stuff. Power steering, power brakes, automatic transmission, AM/FM stereo, air conditioning, a terrific warranty, even an airbag. Well, over $10,000, you'll have lots of choices. But under $10,000, you'll find only one Dodge Shadow America.
Now, drive for the gold with up to $1,500 cash back on select Dodge cars.
Welcome back, Barry Tompkins, Kathy Johnson, Bart Connor. We're looking at Chris Waller now, preparing for the high bar. There's the crowd chanting USA. This is a team competition, remember.
This is one of Chris Waller's best events. He has a couple of important sequences in here. One of them comes right here at the beginning. It's in a one-arm giant swing. Notice he's going to twist, a full turn, and then back the other direction. Here it comes. Full turn, and then back. You kind of wind up and then unwind. Not bad. It's very complex.
To save it. What'll that cost him?
Because it was a large step. If you take a small step, it's usually...
Dismount, one of the most difficult ones being done in the competition. Watch, it's 2 flips and 2 twists. He does it in tuck position. And unfortunately, he has to take that step back, and as Bart said, it'll cost about 0.2 of a point.
And there's the score for Chris Waller, so that cost him 0.2. Otherwise, a pretty good routine. 9.65, the score for Waller. He's upset with himself. Meanwhile, Igor Korobchinski, all-around champion at Stuttgart 2 years ago on the pommel horse.
Like all the Soviets, Korobchinski shows plenty of difficulty in this exercise. And he's improved on the pommel horse. He was a little tight 2 years ago in Stuttgart, but he's doing more difficulty, and his body line is a little straighter than it used to be. The judges look for the body to swing from the shoulders all the way down through the toes as one complete unit. Beautiful flares. Up to a handstand pirouette. Oh!
Oh, actually fell off.
That's a huge mistake.
Should cost him, what, 0.5?
Half a point, and he'll complete the exercise, but his chances in the all-around are wiped out.
And what a shame. The fall occurred right before the dismount.
Needless to say, a disappointed Igor Korobchinski. He's saying, what did I do? What am I going to do? So he didn't know I speak Russian.
The top 3 on each team get to go to the all-around finals, and if Korobchinski doesn't get a good score here, which he won't make it to the all-around finals for the Soviet team. Let's see what happens. This is a really difficult move, a handstand full pirouette, and he's going to continue back down into the Thomas flare, and you see his right hand is just too far back on the pommel, and he can't continue. What a disappointment for the world all-around champion.